In the dimly lit study of the old Victorian manor, a sense of foreboding hung heavy in the air. Sir Reginald Worthington, a renowned archaeologist, was a man of great repute in the academic circles of 19th century London. He had recently returned from a daring expedition to Egypt, his greatest find yet, an ancient tomb hidden deep within the sands. The study's walls were adorned with maps of distant lands, and dusty shelves held countless relics from his journeys. But it was a single, imposing object that held Sir Reginald's fascination, a massive sarcophagus of ebony and gold, said to contain the remains of a pharaoh whose name had been erased from history. The ornate hieroglyphs that adorned the sarcophagus warned of a terrible curse, a warning that Reginald had dismissed with a dismissive laugh. One fateful evening, a select group of academics gathered in the manor, excited by the prospect of witnessing a mummy unwrapping ceremony. Sir Reginald, his dark eyes gleaming with ambition, was eager to claim his place in history. He was flanked by Dr. Eliza Thornton, a skeptical archaeologist who doubted the supposed curse, and Professor Arthur Fletcher, an expert in ancient languages who had deciphered the hieroglyphs. The evening began with an air of trepidation as the group gathered around the grand sarcophagus, candles flickering in the gloom. Sir Reginald, dressed in his formal attire, bore an expression of sheer determination as he lifted a delicate scalpel. With deliberate care, he cut the first bandages that enveloped the mummy, revealing the leathery, wrinkled skin beneath. As the unveiling continued, an eerie unease settled over the room. The mummy's face was grotesquely preserved, frozen in a terrifying rictus of agony, and its body was eerily well preserved. The eyes, hollow but seemingly alive, glistened with an unnatural light. Dr. Thornton's skepticism began to wane, replaced by an increasing sense of dread. The room grew colder, and the candles flickered ominously, casting elongated shadows on the walls. It was as if the very air was growing heavy with an ancient malevolence. The hieroglyphs etched onto the sarcophagus seemed to glow with an otherworldly aura, and a feeling of impending doom settled upon the gathering. As the final bandages were unwound, the mummy's desiccated hand emerged, clenching an amulet that hung around its neck. Professor Fletcher, trembling with fear, reached out to grasp the amulet, believing it to be of historical significance. But the moment his fingers brushed the artifact, an ear-splitting scream filled the room. The mummy's eyes burst open, blazing with an unholy fire. It lunged at Professor Fletcher, its withered hand gripping his throat with a strength that defied its age. Panic erupted among the guests as they watched in horror. Dr. Thornton and Sir Reginald tried to pry the mummy's hand away, but it was as though they were wrestling with a demon from the abyss. With a final, desperate gasp, Professor Fletcher's life was extinguished. The mummy released its grip, and its fiery eyes turned to Sir Reginald. The room plunged into darkness, and only the mummy's eerie laughter echoed through the manor. In the days that followed, the manor was abandoned, and the story of Sir Reginald Worthington's mummy unwrapping became a cautionary tale. The cursed amulet was never found, and the sarcophagus, once a source of pride, became a prison for a malevolent spirit, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to disturb its eternal slumber. The manor itself took on a sinister aura, with strange occurrences plaguing any who dared to venture inside. Footsteps echoed through empty hallways, chilling whispers lingered in the air, and unexplained apparitions haunted the corners of the house. Visitors claimed to hear Professor Fletcher's anguished cries, forever trapped in a purgatorial nightmare. Over time, the manor's reputation grew as a place cursed by an ancient malevolence. Its halls remained empty, save for the tormented souls of those who had encountered the mummy's curse. The grand Victorian manor, once a symbol of opulence and status, now stood as a dark and forbidding monument to the horrifying events of that ill-fated night. The tale of Sir Reginald Worthington's mummy unwrapping would forever send shivers down the spine of anyone who dared to whisper its name. And it served as a chilling reminder that some mysteries of the past are better left undisturbed.
Thank you for visiting Raven Woods. If you've enjoyed our explorations, don't forget to subscribe and like, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Stay curious, stay daring, and keep wandering those winding paths of curiosity. We will see you in the shadows.